guys, welcome back to a new video. In this video, which I've already filmed, but the intro that I did film, the audio was ruined, so I'm having to redo it, but I have already done it. So let's cut to past me now. So what I'm going to do now is take out all 5 coil packs and stick the new ones in. And I've showed you in a previous video, but obviously there's the old one there and then the new one there. Hasn't got the Ford Volvo markings on it or anything like that, but it's got the Delphi stamp on the side. I'm told these are pretty good, so we shall see how we get on. There we have it, guys. All the 5 coil packs have now been changed. I'm going to see the wire down a bit better in a sec, make sure that's all alright. And what I'm going to do next is spray this. It stops the water dripping down from there and onto the coil packs, because that's what I believe was happening. And since I've put this in, I haven't had any problems. We've had a fair few torrential downpours when I've been out, and it's been fine. So just drop a little bolt into there and that stays on there nicely. So let's get spraying. So that's what it looked like before, quite shiny, and just scuffed it all up so it's a bit more dull. Give the paint something to key to. I'll give it a quick wipe over with some IPA and gonna get spraying. This is what I'm going to use. It's the Hammerite Smooth Direct to Rust Metal paint. It doesn't require any priming, so it's just a case of shake it up, spray a light coat over it and keep going. Don't build the coats up too quick because it will not cure properly and it will look crap. Because we've got some nice weather out, should dry quite quickly. There we have one fine light coat. I'm going to leave that to bake in the sun for a bit and we'll apply another one. So I did coats 2 and 3 and forgot to film, so I'll take you over to the car now and show you what it looks like anyway. Like I said, there's that in place, and the second part, like I say, is this beautiful thing. Now this was done by a guy called Steve at Hydromania, and it is absolutely gorgeous. It's hydro dipped in carbon, as you can see, and we're going to install these. First things first, we're going to take this off and unbolt this. Get that up out of the way and grab the first piece, which is this side bit. Now I'm going to pop this in and I'm going to try to be as careful as I can because I don't want to scratch this at all because it looks awesome. There we have that first piece in, and grab this one now. Oh, it's awesome. Can't thank Steve enough for this. Absolutely top jobber. Looks beautiful. So slot this one into place and we'll get the bolts down and bring you in and show you what it looks like on. There we go, lads. All nice and secure. I think it looks absolutely awesome. Now he did send me a couple of stickers and a gel overlay, which will be going on the third thing, which is a new ECU cover. This one is just a plastic one that I made when I cut up the original airbox that was in there. I cut it up to make that. We've got a proper one coming now, so that should have been here today, to be fair, along with that, but it's not. So once that arrives, we'll install that, and it'll just be the next clip for you guys. But here's me waiting. I'll probably paint this bit at some point, but that is another thing I need to talk to you about. And just like that, we have a delivery. There it is, out of my shadow. Yeah, what I did was I filmed this last clip, went upstairs and knocked at the door, and that had turned up, so let's get installing. What we're going to have to do first is get this one out, undo the bolts holding the ECU in there. Let's pull this off. So got a couple of bolts just holding that in, and I believe that one has replacement bolts in there, so that'll be good. Unbolt the ECU from the holder and then we'll transfer it over. So that's the old one off. as you can see, I cut up the old box, stuck it together with a couple of screws. It was only supposed to be a temporary measure, but yeah, it didn't work, so that can go back in the bin. That was the front cover. So now I'm going to take these little bolts out from around the side, take the cover off, and then the backing plate will, the ECU will screw to the backing plate. There we have, that's the front plate off, there's the backing plate. Front plate's pretty cool with the ST on, and that's where I'm going to stick the Hydromania badge. So put that to one side, and now this will sit in here on these 1, 2, 3 pegs, and we've got some nuts and bolts to bolt it all down with. So I've got the bolts in, and like I say, you've got one just there, you've got one there, and there's one underneath, and oh my god, is that a nightmare. So I've had my little man helping me.
Hello.
So what I'm going to do now is get these 3 prongs, that one, and that one, into the holes. There's 2 underneath the plenum and 1 at the side, so I'll drop them in there, and then we can stick the front cover on it. Right, so what I've done, I put the backing piece in first, and that didn't work, so I had to take it back off, put the screws in the plate, put the front plate on the back plate first, and bolted it all in, so that's how it looks. What we got left now is to stick the Hydromania sticker on, because they're the guys that did the brilliant job on the engine cover. So let's just pop this on here, like that, nice and straight as well, banging, and there we have. There we have, that's the ECU holder installed, new coil packs installed, and this awesome hydro dipped engine cover installed. There you go, you'll have seen what I've done now, and it's all done, we're all complete, and I'm extremely happy with the way it's all turned out. It's phenomenal. The engine bay, in my opinion, is transformed. It looks loads better, and I've got to shout out Hydromania for their awesome hydro dip, and I literally cannot thank the guy enough, and I'm just so impressed with how it looks. The ECU holder was second hand from a company called Bespoke. I'll link their Instagram down below, as well as Hydromania, which you'd have seen on in the video anyway. But massive thanks to them, and a massive thanks to this little dude for helping me out. He's helped me out with all the bolts and everything today, so really good, really pleased for him. One thing I said in the video that I needed to talk to you about was the fact that the content is going to slow right down now, because I've got to save for some head work. It's not massive, but it's getting worse over time, so I'm going to take a trip up to Matt Lewis in the next probably couple of weeks, hopefully, and take him ahead for him to get sent off to be reconditioned, and then that'll obviously get put back on the car, but it's going to cost a good couple of £100, which sadly I don't have spare, so it's going to have to be saved up for a little bit. But I will update as and when that goes. Hopefully I'll be able to film some, and you'll get to see what's going on, and I'll try and explain at the time a bit more what's happened, why it's happened, what to do, what not to do when doing things like this yourself, because that's what this channel is all about, helping people do things themselves. And if I can help you do things the right way after me doing it the wrong way, then even better. So from me and from this little man, catch you in the next one. Cheers guys.